So that's it for Soda, if I'm saying that correctly. On to the next file, which is 40_keys. I'm assuming it's 40 the producer, but let's get more into that and see what's in there. All right, let's check the first file in 40_keys merged. Let's see what this is saying for. Yo, also, y'all noticing 40's doing all this with a broken finger? I just seen that right now. Like, this nigga's playing Beethoven tunes with a broken finger. Salute.
Boosting door for her.
Views that they're looking at while they're making the tunes that we fall in love with. Came back with a J.
Yo, playing with 2 fingers is so funny. But yeah, I try not to think about any of that shit too much. Just go make music. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. I don't want to care, though. Drake cares. That's his job.
Drake cares about?
I'm not saying I don't care about the music. I mean, like, the process. He's like, he knows how to get to where he wants to go musically. I'm not steering. He's steering.
How is he to work?
Gas, you know what I'm saying?
As like a collaborator, I mean, how is he to work with compared to his way of thinking and getting to where he wants to go far different than other people, or is he just that much better at it, given how?
Both. I think he's that much better at it, but I also think his approach is different, right? Like, one of my favorite things he said to me, I'll never forget, we were at Hot Beats, on So Far Gone, Atlanta at Hot Beats, and doing something, making a beat or programming something, and he was like, man, how do you do that? You know, like, such good tempo like that. And I'm like, oh, just fucking keep tempo like that. Fucking tap the drums and the hat. Like, whatever. Just keep tempo, you know? And he was having, like, with the song, he was having such a hard time, like, ticking along with the song and couldn't do it. And I'm sitting there like, yo, how the can you not keep time with this, bro? You have the craziest timing. You sit in the craziest pockets of, like, any other rapper besides Biggie Smalls ever. Like, how do you not? I don't get it. And he was like, because I'm not listening to the beat. He's like, I'm listening to the spaces in between, or not, I'm listening to the drums, I'm listening to the spaces in between the drums.
That's a wild way to put it. Again, this is definitely, remember before I told you guys first 2 files, like, yo, why didn't he do this in a documentary? Just the layout of it looks like a whole bunch of files that he might have been working on that. Seeing people like Taylor Swift, Travis Scott, we even went to the movie theater to go watch the whole Utopia layout and the rollout. Why did Drake not do something like that? Now, seeing this, even speaking with the questions that they're asking 40 and stuff, that was something that was probably in the thoughts. I don't know what happened and what fell through the cracks. Maybe all this was hacked and it was threatened to be leaked and Drake just leaked it before they did. So many questions. But that's wild to hear the process of Drake. And again, like, he asked 40. 40 doesn't only work with Drake. 40 worked. I believe 40 discovered Mahid Jordan and Party Next Door. Not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure on that. And Roy Woods, I believe that as well. So to see what his process is compared to the other OVO members, he's just better at steering and knowing where he wants to get and what visual he wants and where he wants his music to represent and where he wants his music to take us. Also, talent-wise, he's that much better than everyone.
He's that much better.
Turn that shit off on his finger. Did he pull? Did he get his finger wet first? Nah, that's some wild shit.
Some of these pianos.
How do you think his sound's like changed over the years?
Gotten more aggressive.
Definitely, I can agree with that. If you guys think about War Drake and then you think about Drake and like Best I Ever Had Ever, even before that, even his most aggressive, like The City Is Mine, still wouldn't compare to nothing that he's dropping today when it comes to him feeling himself and really feeling like that guy in the industry. Which all makes sense. He was just a young kid from Toronto on the grass. He can now compared to being the world's biggest rapper for 10 years plus.
Does that mesh at all with your sound, do you think? I mean, like, do you find middle grounds?
Do I find what?
A middle ground, I guess. I don't think of you as like making aggressive music, really.
Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. I think I sort of, do and help where I can help and maybe sort of add that emotional side to some of those aggressive moments. But there's still room for everything, Drake's a multifaceted artist. He does a lot of different types of things, a lot of different types of music. So there's room for the growth,
Mm-hmm.
But like in the beginning, we weren't really doing pop like.
And you hear him right there talking about we really weren't doing pop. A lot of those radio records, they were just going straight trying to do rap and R&B. A lot of people, a lot of the old heads during this war right now have been coming out like, finally, Drake's being exposed for not being a rapper, a pop artist. I just think when you get to the numbers that he gets to, you got to entertain such a huge crowd, masses. You got to start making the radio songs as well.
We were doing rap and R&B.
And rap and R&B?
And now we do a bunch of types of rap, a bunch of types of R&B, and a bunch of types of pop. So it's like, it's just more addition to his sort of palette and what he does musically. But I don't think that negates like the space for me or what I do or bring to the table for him, or, you know. Like, I think like the kind of music that we make together is pretty special and unique. So it's like, I think there'll always be a space for that. You know?
That's fine.
Yeah, playing the piano is really frustrating, let me tell you that much.
One big ass cat's finger.
Really frustrating.
Again, I can't even do it with all my fingers working. So
I don't know if I'm distracted by these colored keys yet, or if I'm assisted by them. I can't figure it out.
What do you think about like I mean, we just kind of covered like talking about like music and work. I guess on a personal relationship with him, do you feel like the relationship has changed? I mean, if you're around less clearly, I mean, it has to be affected somewhat. It's been a long road. You guys have been working together for how long?
Excuse me. Yeah, we've been working together for, I guess, 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it changes over the years. I think everyone's personal relationships do. But like the great thing about our relationship is the foundation is so strong that I don't think either of us ever flinch. So.
And low key, I thought even longer than 13 years, but still, 13 years is quite a while. We're in 2014. You get me?
I mean, like even if I don't talk to him for a few weeks, like we don't flinch. You know? So both really confident in that. So like that's the cool part. He understands like, you know, what I have to deal with my own health and all the shit in my life. So he's very understanding of that circumstance. And you know, he's in good hands. Noel's a killer, and everything's still moving forward, like in a workspace. But yeah, again, sorry, I went back to work. But you know, in a personal space, like everything's solid there. So we've never had to worry about that, I don't think. And we make music and keep moving. And
but don't you think that Drake's personal relationships are tightly intertwined
with his working relationships? Of course, which is why I have a hard time talking about one and not the other.
I mean, everybody around are.
Again, someone like Drake that's always so focused on his career, focused on continuing to create. He's asking him, are there intertwined between Drake's actual personal friends and them being friends either due to the industry, due to them working together for quite a while, then being part of his personal team? And 40's like, yeah, that is true. Someone like that's thinking about his career all day, working all day. So a lot of his friends are people he works with.
To say friends is an understatement. Mm-hmm. It really is family in a way that I think other people they relate to. Everybody around him has, they are under his employ.
Boy has lit that one joint so many times.
But
the butane is driving me crazy.
I mean, these are his best friends, and so like I don't know what the question is. I think it's more just like thinking about like.
Well, me and Drake have a little bit of a unique relationship, I would say, in his like whole system that way because we create together. You know, I make music, he makes music. You know, so a lot of the employment part only really exists for when I'm on the road with him and I'm following him as his engineer and tracking him and so on and so forth, right? But like, I'm at home, I'm just making music and he likes it, he doesn't like it, whatever. We go on, we mix and keep it moving. But I guess I don't know. Everyone else, trying to say this the right way. I guess I work with him as well as for him. You know, I always. That's irrelevant for me, but I think it's important in the context of our relationship and our friendship, you know, that we work together. And it's sort of always been that way, you know. That's always the way that our relationship's been, opposed to like working for him. So I think that's important for him to have friends like that and have people in his life like that that aren't subject to his employ at all moments of the day. I'm there because I want to be there. I'm there because I love the guy, you know. Not because if I'm not there, like, I won't survive, or because he employs me, you know. Not to suggest that anybody else isn't, but I just, as I said, for me to be in that situation makes our relationship, I guess, a little unique. I think that's important, and that's why I take the responsibility along with that, right? Which is like, you know, make sure if I feel like there's something I should question for him musically or whatever the case is, like I do so, right? Because I'm in a position to at all times. So I think that's probably a positive thing that's helped our relationship be so strong over the years too, you know? Is like we work together because we want to work together. Like that's why we work together.
And what we're getting from 40 on this right here, he's not another yes man. He's not going to keep telling him yeah because he has to be there, or telling him yeah because that's the right thing to do, scared of how Drake will react. He just said if he ever feels like Drake has to be questioned musically, he will be the one to do it. When we think of Drake and us supporters of Drake that have been here for a very long time since the mixtape days, when you think of Drake, you think of 40. Like that, out of all the relationships, out of everybody around him, though, if you could only name one name, It's 40. It's OVO 40. I always think of 40 since day one when I think of Drake.
How does it feel seeing him with his kid?
With what?
With his kid.
It's beautiful, incredible. Like, I'm so happy for him. It makes me be like, shit, I gotta hurry up and have some fucking kids. No, he's it's amazing. It's beautiful.
Do you have any thoughts about like this album as it stands, or where it's headed, or
What album?
what's left to do? I mean, it seems like this is like
Got pushed back again. Was that Certified Lover Boy or For All the Dogs? I think Certified Lover Boy had a couple release dates, right? And he was trying to follow that Ye beef, if I remember correctly. Or Ye was trying to follow the Drake beef, or whatever way you want to put it out. Be Certified Lover Boy? Let me know down below.
as far as like what you.
When's he gonna see this footage?
Never, if you don't want him to. I mean, like this could be for 10 years from now, but
Yeah, no, I'm trying to push it back again. This is the first pushback. I want another pushback.
He's talking about having pushed it back.
No. We already pushed past October.
This October? When is it coming out now?
Oh, we're in November now.
November. I did hear that. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
changing,
I'm going January.
Okay.
Look, I set my mind. This release date was January a long time ago.
But isn't it?
This
almost
release
done?
date was January for me back in July.
But I heard.
And Noel's like, yeah, first week of September. And I'm like, ha ha ha. But then I was like, yeah, January.
Okay, so if he.
Okay, so now we got to like mid-September. Then it was like, okay, then October was the talk, obviously, at some point. Now the talk is November after the election. I'm still like, January.
Depending on who wins.
Yeah, I think.
Gonna climb for an album called Certified.
All right, so election, 2020 election, the Joe Biden election. It was Certified Lover Boy. When did Drake release the album Certified Lover Boy? Damn, so that shit got pushed back a lot more. Somewhat after election. It ended up coming out September 3rd, 2021.
Is November after the election. I'm still like, January.
Depending on who wins.
Yeah, I think.
Gonna climb for an album called Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah,
that
see.
you might not want to like enter, but.
What I think, and again, like, let's hope this doesn't make this into the documentary because I don't really want to get too
Honestly,
political.
don't worry,
The documentary, I knew it. That's what I kept saying. I'm like, bro, is this a documentary layout? I knew it. They had to be that they were saving all these footages to use one day at a certain time with one of the albums. Maybe the Certified Lover Boy, we're supposed to get a documentary with it as well, and it just never happened.
Nothing
But
happens without you.
I think it's better almost for music if Trump wins because then like life sort of just goes on as we know it right now, as terrible as that is. But if Biden wins, then Trump has 6 weeks to get out of the White House. If Trump like drags his feet getting out of the White House, that's 6 weeks of him pardoning all his boys, packing up his shit and leaving fucking Washington. That's gonna be the craziest shit we've ever seen. And it might go south.
Who knows what he's leaving?
Okay, so to drop an album.
January 6th, Kodak Black got released. Like, he did do a lot of crazy things during that time.
Within that 6 weeks, to me, is crazy. Like, yo, the attention on all that shit is so grave, and it's of grave importance, and it's gonna be a pretty serious time in American history, and I wouldn't really want to get in the way of that.
Do you think
So my advice, if Biden wins, is we're gonna wait another 6 weeks at least. And then it's Christmas, so it's like, yo, January. I think we drop this album in January. And I think that's probably the reality that we'll come to, but of course it's really good. And Drake really wants to get it, because they didn't really get it. So I understand that part of it too.
Let me just change a mag real quick.
Yeah?
Maybe one more mag and you're done?
Yeah.
Or do you want to hit out right now?
One more mag and we're good.
All right. These things last 11 minutes.
B-roll. So again, so a lot of the stuff that we see that is just off shots and stuff, they were doing a documentary. So that made sense for that last folder we went through with all the storm and stuff. It's just B-roll for the actual documentary that they were working on. Why it never happened, I'm super curious. Because that would have been successful for sure. It's not even a question.
Oh, that hurt so bad. Oh,
he
that
hit the
hurt so
finger.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
He hit the broken finger.
You good?
Ooh, it hurt. Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so this is Mag 2, I'm assuming, because this one's 10 minutes. I'm assuming we're going to get the ending of that conversation now.
If there's that many months to go and the album's already so good, I mean, what do you do at that time?
Make more music, make better songs.
Are you honest with him about what you think are weaker links on the album? I mean, how do those conversations go?
He makes decisions. I just tell him what I feel about him, and he weighs that consequence and decides how to move forward, I think. Like, laugh now, cry later. And it's still yet to be seen what that record is or what happens to it in his journey. But I told him my read was it will be a lot of people's favorite song on the album. It's that good. It reminds me of like Players Anthem with Outkast and shit, and Bun B and Pimp. Like that song and that feel-good moment and how incredible it was and how much everyone loved it. And like, so to me, it's like a lot of people's favorites. Like, oh.
We also toured the Nike campus. Shout out to my guy Frank. We toured the Nike campus, which we got that on his channel. We went to all the spots where Drake went to in the video.
But I don't think it has as strong as a chorus. It has a strong hook. Baby Shit is a strong hook. I don't think it has a strong chorus as say like Hold On We're Going Home or Controlla or One Dance or Hotline Bling or God's Plan, or like he's got big radio hits that sit at the top of the chart for an extended period of time. I don't necessarily believe Laugh Now, Cry Later is gonna sit at the top of the chart for an extended period. It might sit there for 5 weeks plus, but that I'd be surprised if anything longer. I'd be surprised even at that. I think it might be up there for a few weeks in #1. Are you fucking crazy? You know how long it took us to get a #1 in this business? That's no fucking joke. I'm not downplaying having a #1 on the goddamn Billboard. I'm just saying that Drake's also sat at the Billboard for 10, 20 weeks. And I don't know at #1, and I don't know if that record's gonna sit at #1. So I have those conversations like, yo, just so you know what I think. Don't think it's necessarily, but I think it's people's favorite song.
Do you
so
think?
I think it's an incredible song to drop. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that's my opinion. But I'm never gonna like. So like, I'll go as that far to be critical of a record. You know?
Do you think it gets harder for him to stay at a #1 position the later in his career he gets? I mean, do you think he's late in his career? Like, where do you stand on all that stuff? I mean, there was a fever pitch moment that every artist has who gets to that kind of status that lasts however long it lasts. But for him, it's just goes on in a way that we haven't really seen. So do you think that it's going to get harder for him to maintain that #1 the later he gets in his career? I mean, even at this point?
I mean, I think the initial reaction would be, yeah, it gets difficult for any artist to continue to maintain that position the later you get in their career. But I can't tell you that's been the case for Drake.
Yeah, Drake's on a LeBron run. If you look at LeBron's points per game now, he's having a run like Miami Heat. Like, he's still going crazy. He's playing better last season than he has a couple seasons prior to even that one, the older he gets. Thing with Drake, the only reason it becomes harder is because we're starting to see more people coming out to test his position. With a lot more younger music fans coming in with their favorite artists holding up high, threatening Drake in a way we haven't seen previously.
The later in your career we get, the bigger the songs get, the better he gets. It's pretty phenomenal. So I think it gets easier for him this time.
Are there any artists that you can like liken him to in that way? I don't mean like musically. I just mean as far as like their careers.
No, I don't know if there is. And I also say no because I don't have as accurate a perspective of any other artists. So it's like difficult for me to make a comparison. But you know, someone made a Michael Jackson comparison the other day. Bun B compared, someone else even of stature and significance too. Like a few people have been making that comparison. Snoop or someone like somebody like that too. Not only Bun, someone else did. But I don't know, man. I don't even know if Michael had as long of a run. Place that Drake's been. Like, Michael almost had peaks and valleys to his career, I feel like, where Drake has just gone like this. And we haven't stopped. Or like...
They not like us who will come around. Every career will have a dip at some point. Every single career. We've even seen Rome, the United States, everything of power will eventually. And a lot of us were shocked in 2024, but that time did come in 2024 where a little drop did happen. A lot of Drake haters were able to hold their head up high, and we saw a #1 for Kendrick Lamar off Drake's back on Not Like Us. But I still think his career picks back up and goes right back on route of where it was at.
Plateau.
He gets right back on track.
Some sort of, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't tell you what might happen.
Where do you think this stops?
I don't know if it ever stops. I mean, it has to stop at some point.
I mean, whether or not it's because he doesn't land a #1 on an album, stay #1 long enough.
I mean, how old is Jay-Z? Jay-Z's 50 right now? He's 50, right?
And 444 was good.
Okay, so we're going past. We're going past that.
So you don't think this ever ends?
I think Drake is smart enough and good enough of an artist that he will transition himself as a person, as an artist, fluidly and seamlessly into whatever he's supposed to be next, so that when he's in his 60s and going into his early 70s, he can still be one of the biggest, most relevant musicians in the world because he figured out how to do that.
Quincy Jones?
Is he gonna take that path? I don't know. It depends what he wants to do with his own life and his own happiness. But I do thoroughly believe that he could be smart enough to navigate that and to make sure that by the time he got there, people weren't like, what the fuck is this guy still doing there? But still like, wow, man, this guy makes great music, and like, fuck it, we love it, keep going. He knows how to do that, and he makes good enough music. And I don't think that you get later in your life and stop learning how to make music, but the question is like, how relevant is it? And Jay-Z can still be relevant at 50. I think we got many, many years, a few more careers. So far we've had one, so we've got a couple left. By that logic, it's been, what, 10, 12 years? Another 25 years.
he's just gonna be like somebody else's OVO Fest when he's in his 60s.
How old was Stevie when he did?
I don't know. That's a good question. How old was Stevie Wonder when he lost his life? How old was Stevie Wonder when he died? Nigga, is Stevie Wonder even dead? He got me Googling dead Stevie Wonder. I'm like, is Stevie Wonder even dead?
No, Stevie's young. Stevie's young.
Can you speak to the state of the album right now? I mean, just like to write a synopsis about what it is, but
He's 70 right.
Certified Lover Boy.
So wait, Stevie Wonder's still alive? Now they got me messed up. Is Stevie Wonder alive or dead? The internet be trolling. No, I think that nigga's still alive, bro. I think Stevie Wonder's still alive. I see March and May, there were some things that he was dealing with, but I think he survived. Yeah, I think Stevie Wonder's still alive.
Oh, it's like my favorite Drake album right now. But I mean, like, you know, that's everything. The newest stuff is always my favorite. The newest stuff is always the best. This is the newest stuff. It's the best.
Certified Lover Boy is legit my least favorite album by Drake. Even less than mixtapes.
I think it'll go down as one of his stronger ones.
Hell no.
But we'll see. That's all subjective too. He has a dynamic career. Right?
Do you think that's
Take Care, Thank Me Later, Nothing Was the
taken
Same,
to
Views,
craft it?
all better.
I mean, does the time put in equate something more than if you were to disappear for 2 weeks? Like, let's say if you're reading this as like a brilliant piece that was conceived very quickly, but you know, you look at Saint. Do you see like the differences between them, like music? I mean, I don't mean musically. Like, clearly they're very different things. But what is all that time? Has all that time lent itself to this being one of his best projects? Is that what it really is, or is it like what is going on in his life? Maybe
Certified Lover Boy had good songs, bro.
having more to talk about.
Nowhere near even top 3, top 4 best album from Drake.
I think it's just getting a better read, right? Like every time you go in to take a shot, you get a little better and a little more accurate, and he just gets better and more accurate and better and more accurate. He's just super accurate right now. So the shots he's taking are fucking hit.
Do you think if having a kid has any effect on it?
Maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe that could be an explanation. Maybe just some of the focus and the importance of what he's focusing on. I'm not sure. I don't know. Drake's drive is fucking crazy. Like, his ambition is psychotic. That's why we got to where we got, because of that man's ambition. No other reason. He wanted this shit. He made it happen. I mean, his talent, obviously, was good enough to do it. But his ambition is crazy. So I don't know if his, like, I'm sitting here, it's like, man, how do you even get more ambitious than he was, you know? So, like, did his son change him in that regard for the better? I mean, I'm sure. But musically, I don't know. He's always been at the top of his game. He's still going. Addy probably had a little help there, but, you know, I don't know.
You want to play us out? What's the trailer sound like?
Fuck, Theo, I don't know. We've been recording. You got some pieces in there we can find. Or I need compressed air. A can of compressed air beside this piano at all times. So I just like,
Just to dust it up.
Oh, when he said all these colors, I was a little confused at first. Literally, every key is a color. That's a Takashi Murakami edition piano. That's crazy fire. Good way to lead us out. Any more clips on this? There has to be a couple more. Oh yeah, different fits. I'm assuming a different day. Yo, 40's view from the room that he creates. I don't know if that's his bedroom or just like his studio room, but and they got a different fit. I was gonna say different fit, same joint. I'm gonna get a nigga benefit of the doubt. It's a different joint. But that is a beautiful view. Oh my god. I would love, love, love to have a room like that to record in.
Yeah, I know.
trying to find the right progression, but Busendorf for her.
This is a lot easier to view it, okay. Yo, am I tripping or would it be fire if we just get like
Faster, slow tempo in your mind.
Slow at first.
like a 40 album just working on the piano with different instruments? Like Andre 3000 in the flute, my nigga 40, that'd be fire. No vocals. right tone. You can see he's trying to find like the right key. See, trying to find a key that he likes that sound. He's getting different angles of the same shot. Now his hand's playing it to cut that in from scene to scene. He serenaded my soul with this one. It was a heavy hitter. I want to waltz in a ballroom, my girl just in an OVO tuxedo. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, you can just see he's basically just cooking from different angles. Because again, they're gonna need B-roll shots, they're gonna need extra shots for in and out of scenes throughout the documentary, and he's gonna use it from right here. Imagine what Drake one day do. Unless he got on this already, no tripping. That was it, my boy.
It's crazy out there. You hear that? Raccoons out there. Who's that?
What's that?
Oh, it's Tira.
Somebody would like to enter the room.
Just, okay, so let's just stop for 1 minute. Hands off the keys.
So he direct them to different shots to use in and out of while he's talking. Assuming he got him out of focus on purpose. Bringing him in focus now. With the rain hitting the glass, nah, this is crazy.
That rain literally sounds like it's hitting my piano. He's so nervous. Like no drops. That's crazy, right? Holy shit.
That's a big ass piano. Is that the piano that continues up there with the skull, or is that a piece of art? There's no way that's the back of the piano. And I'm assuming he wants to make sure because that piano is probably like a collectible, very expensive. Just seeing the names associated with the piano.
I mean, that's gonna replace something probably too.
That's a dope view. All glass room in there to create. Trying to get the next files ready so we can just keep going through This one's a little bit longer, almost 7 minutes. So let's see, does the conversation continue from earlier? Does it pick up again? What state do you think this is in? California? such a picks up, it's probably just him playing for the next 7. But it's beautiful, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This shit get me relaxed over here. He about to see me just knock out mid-video. I ain't even gonna hold you, this boy. I was about to say something super AO. This nigga magical fingers, pause. Pause, that sounds crazy, pause. And he don't got the cast on his finger as well in these clips, I just noticed. So is this before the others, or is he just feeling a little bit more healthy in his hands now and took the cast off? Because he clicked it wrong last time and started screaming that his hand was hurting.
Take us from like one end of it to the other. When I was saying before, like that, like so some of those things also feel true to you guys in the way you make your melodies.
There's a couple cool pieces that last minute.
Yeah, you just got to make it a process. It's not really going to be like a one-time thing, especially when we start adding on everything that I want to do. There was this like, there's also. Remember too, we're going to piece all of this together, so it's not.
You hear what they're saying? They're going to piece it all together, so don't worry about exactly how it's sounding at that moment, because they're going to cut in and cut out the parts that are not out of the parts that are out of focus, parts that the piano might not sound the best. They'll just be moving in and out.
You know? And like your ear takes you there eventually, but then you also just get like lost in nothingness. So it's like it's a bizarre process, but you get really good shit at it too.
I think also just like actually like making this and like turning it into something and then seeing what works and what doesn't work, and like you being able to like pick up on like what you like. But when I actually start putting this to that.
Well, what we're trying to do is also like something that's rather difficult, right? We're working like from 2 or 3 different angles at the same time. You know what I mean? Like traditionally, this type of music would get played. You score this to the scene, you know. But we're making the scene.
You're kind of working
as
backwards.
I'm trying to play something that's scoring the scene that hasn't actually been made.
Yeah.
It's like an interesting
But I'm saying that like once I start playing with this and like putting it to the footage and like we get an idea of what footage is being used, what the structure is.
No, I just mean like from a musical standpoint, like if I figured out or we figured out and agreed on like a theme melodically, like this is the, you know?
Yeah.
This is the melody that we want to play off of, then we could play that melody 10 ways. You know what I mean? Like fast, slow, emotionally, angry, happy, like all of that. But otherwise, I'm just shooting the dark, so, you know, whatever happens. I just hope that you find something that is worse than it. It's not.
I mean, if I'm not saying anything, it's mostly just because it's working, right? But it's just like exploring. Like,
I know, I'm gonna keep trying. But I'm also like not that great at piano.
Yes, definitely shouldn't say that.
Well, no, but it's like, so like say someone like Andrina Mill, who's like has like grade 10 piano training, right? Mm-hmm. Like I have like grade 2 piano, okay? Mm-hmm. Like my piano is not like my skills.
So you could tell 40 someone that's still very, 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 very critical of his own music, a perfectionist rather say, because I'm hearing this like, this nigga's the greatest, Beethoven. He's like, you know, not that good, grade 2. That it don't matter where they get in life or what music they produce, they still could always see themselves getting better. And we all do that to ourselves in different things. It could be work, it could be designing clothes, it could be taking photography. It just, whatever portrays to what you enjoy in life. A lot of us are super critical and really hard on ourselves, and actually our hardest critics are usually ourselves. Thinking stuff's not good enough, we shouldn't put this out, you overthink it, and you can see 40, man. A lot of people's favorite producer, favorite engineer, and he's like, I can get better.
I try to learn how to like do more than like, what the fuck, then I'll potentially lose the ability to just open the faucet, you know what I mean? Because then I'll be thinking about what I'm doing and I'll be knowing why I'm doing the thing. I don't know why I do what I do. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, I can play on almost every key, but I can't tell you what the keys are. You understand? Like, I can't tell you which notes are sharp and flat in the key of E.
Well, it's just like,
I have no idea, but if I had to play an E, no. I'm in C still. There we go. That's the hardest key to fucking play in. Pick the worst.
E?
But yeah, whatever. I don't know what any of the sharp and flats are, but I can play them most. So anyway, I'm terrible at things like this because I can't actually do it. I can just, I'm just going to do whatever the fuck.
So he's basically saying he's playing without structure. He just plays the piano by feeling, not really by following musical notes. This man right here, when you see this, you hear this, just know he's responsible for a lot of your favorite Drake songs. And even if he might not be the engineer producer on it, which I'm sure if he's not the producer, he's always the engineer, he has a say in what comes in and comes out. Like he was saying that he has an opinion on all Drake's music. I'm about to play this tonight.
think it's just it's the effect of letting it just play out the sound at the later end of this. That's gonna change the mag. If we can just explore this for like a little bit longer, I think that we're gonna have.
Change the mag. What are they working with? An old film camera? I ain't even gonna lie to you guys. I'm feeling disrespectful speaking while 40's playing. Like, this shit is fire right now. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm so happy as a supporter of the OVO, of the OVO label. We finally get to see this, you know, as fans, because this could have never been released and just scrapped, and we would have never saw it.
Like if this was in tune, I could do that, right? It's 2 out of 2. So it's terrible.
Even what you just did was.
So I'm assuming he's letting it rock to see, he said to check if it's in tune or out of tune. Well, he's saying it's out of tune. And if you guys know down below, can you hear that after hitting the keys and letting it rock? The way he's doing right there.
Did that first time. Maybe less sad too.
Coming down? Running away or something, I'm not sure if someone's coming into the room. So it's like this is the last footage we get on this one until we go to the next file.
I could do that, right? It's 2 out of 2. So it's terrible.
Even what you just did.
This is fire. Like, I'm literally gonna come back to this file and just listen to some of these clips. Like, just put it on repeat. Or 40 just playing the piano and letting it rock. I'm just trying to find the right keys. There's some of these videos that I really enjoy. And with the lighting in the back, the beach, the rain, the storm, the sun coming back out, fire. And that was the last file. As you can hear him saying on the way out, I think we got it. They got exactly what they were looking for. And that was everything within that file for 40_keys. It was dope to see 40 share his perspective about his friendship with Drake, also seeing where Drake's music is going, what he sees in Drake's future. As he discussed quickly, how old is Jay? When did 444 come out? He was 50. All right, cool. So we're doing 60, 70. I don't know. There's a little sub there, or basically just saying he will be one of the greatest, like Jay himself, to continue to go. Y'all let me know how you took that. We still haven't opened that Mac DMG file, which we have to open, but I have to figure out, I have to download like an app or something to download it. There were still more files in file 2, Soda, that we actually clicked over. We went into the Miami